feels like he's still like poking the bear, and it's like leave the bear alone.
But
Let him
this is the
hibernate.
frustrating part. It's the frustrating part
He
about Drake.
lost. Why you,
Bro? You dropped an amazing single that had nothing to do with the beef.
Exactly.
You actually dropped something that had nothing to do with the beef. So really make something that can go with the song for real.
Clarence.
What up? What's happening? What's cracking, everybody? And welcome back to another episode of the No Clearance Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler, here with two amazing people. We got Queen of the Pie herself in the building, fresh headphones. You feel me? We got KC in the place to be. KC, how you doing?
I'm alive and well.
Indeed. And we got producer of the pod himself, Jalen here. Jay, what's going on?
Nothing much, just happy to be here another week.
Another
day of the week.
Another episode. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button before we get started. And if you're listening to this on a podcast platform, do whatever that podcast platform wants you to do. Follow whatever they call it.
Like
at this
5
point,
stars.
leave a review, leave a rating,
comment.
Also, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe and leave a comment and like the video. All of that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's all we're asking. So let's get into the episode. Let's get into Jalen's nerd news. Jay, what is going on?
So this week we ain't got much, nothing that of value, in my opinion, to talk about. So we're just gonna get straight into Daredevil, episode 7. Again, my disclaimer: we're a week behind everybody, so just bear with us.
Bear with.
Episode 7.
Value.
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna have you start with this, T. What did you think of episode 7?
I think we're getting back to the dead. I think we're getting back to this. Felt real Daredevilish. This felt real Daredevilish. He's all in on being who he used to be at this point. I'm part of me though, while I understand that the story is really between Fisk and what's Daredevil name? Real name?
Matt Murdock.
Fisk and Murdock. I kind of wish they spent more time on Muse. I kind of wish it was a more of a chase.
I agree. I feel like they got rid of him too quickly.
Yeah, they got rid of him and they showed him in what, 2 episodes?
Yeah, barely in 2.
Barely in 2. So that part was a little disappointing, but they still kind of made it dramatic seeing that Muse therapist was Daredevil's girlfriend. And
she
then
everybody's therapist. I feel like this is a conflict of interest.
She is the top therapist in Hell's Kitchen.
She gotta be. This is insane.
She really be on her shit. No wonder she recommended her to Matt in the beginning of,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
She should be his therapist, not his girlfriend, because he talk about this.
If she was so good though, why can't she get to him?
I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. After this week's episode, I agree with you. Maybe she ain't putting it down. Because
that's all I'm saying, bro.
Because this week's episode, it starts off with them getting busy in the shower. Matt Murdock gets the ladies, people.
Mm-hmm.
He gets the ladies. This man is a player. But she ain't doing what she got. She ain't doing what she got to do, because after that, he talking about this ain't real. I don't know if this is real or not. This all feels fake. It's crazy. I was watching that. I was like, oh, this gonna be a good one because it's already messy.
Because she's out here just like hypnotized.
Yeah, she ain't ugly.
She's in love.
And she ain't ugly.
Because this man got bruises on his back. This man clearly been outside getting his butt kicked. And she was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna lay this coochie on him.
Yeah.
Help her feel better.
She sure did.
Don't ask no questions what he been up to. What a blind man doing with bruises on his back? I don't know.
My question is,
this is a chance for me to put that Gucci on.
Does she expect him to know he got bruises though? And maybe that's why she didn't ask. He is blind.
I'm sure if she touched him, I'm sure if she touched him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right. But he is Daredevil, you can see. I thought it was another good episode.
Yeah, no, hey, Jay, hold on. But no
Oh, you
bull.
got
He
some
came
more
out
shit.
that shower was like, I don't know about this.
He sure was. He goes, it feels fake to me. I
Like,
was like, yo.
that is crazy, bro.
Daredevil, man, he a lady killer, man. She's
I'm
old girl
screaming.
was taken aback.
First, the Gucci had him go upstairs and work on his little chain swinging. And now he don't know no more.
Now
He
you
got the
don't
Gucci
know.
again, and he don't know about the relationship no
He
more.
won two, done it out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
That's
goodness,
horrible.
boy.
Oh, too funny. But the overall, I thought it was another good episode. I liked the fight between Daredevil and Muse.
Mm-hmm.
I also agree with you with the dis. I'm also this the first time the show kind of disappointed me with how quickly they got rid of this dude. I felt like I thought he was gonna go all the way to the finale.
Yeah.
Um, oh, I thought that his character was cool too. So like, I thought it was interesting. Like, I knew he was gonna get stopped once they were in that therapy session because I was like, he got Daredevil's girl. He ain't gonna let that slide. Um, but other than that, I like everything going on with Wilson Fisk. You know how the coldest scene at the end when I think his wife set up old boy to go try and kill Fisk. Okay,
Ooh,
see, so what happened
yeah.
is, so Wilson Fisk's wife was running the business, the underground
Mm-hmm.
business, while he was out. I don't know, nobody knows where. And now she's like struggling
Gallivanting.
with trying to be clean while he's mayor. So there's this dude that's
Oh.
part of the organization. He's been acting up, and he owes another one mad money. So she texts him where Wilson is and was like, he's alone. Old boy pulls up, walks in the restaurant, got his gun ready to shoot Fisk in the head. Fisk got his back to the table, only one in the restaurant, eating his food. Old boy about to come in, about to pop him. In the shadows is his number two guy. Pop, pop, right in the head, dead. Killed the dude. Wilson was like, then Wilson
Killed the
goes,
dude that was gonna kill the other guy?
yeah, I killed the dude that was gonna kill Fisk. And then Fisk goes to the dude. He goes, let's bring something home to Vanessa. Because that's his wife.
Now you changing your voice.
That's
I
literally
That's
how he
literally
said
how
it.
he talks. That's literally how he talks. He literally after they killed this nigga, he's like, let's get a plate to go for my wife. Like, this was the coldest
That's
scene.
pretty
It
gangster,
was
I ain't gonna lie.
gangster as fuck. And he's the man. Oh, that shit was fire. But I think Marvel's back still. I'm still continuing on with my Marvel's back thing. The show so far, with the majority of the show is out, and the
Mhm.
show is fire. Now,
We're not disputing that, right?
oh no. But
I want to stamp this. Okay.
I think it's
You
strong
think this
enough.
is the beginning of a good run?
Yeah, I think this
Yeah.
is gonna be
Okay.
the spark that leads the way. Because if this isn't, I'd be surprised. Because the way
Mm.
this show's going so far is giving me a lot of hope back in all of Marvel, in my opinion. The show has had episodes between 8 out of 10 and 10 out of 10 throughout the
Well,
whole
that's not
season so
bad.
far. So like the show's great. But yeah, this episode was cool. I liked my least favorite. My favorite part, I'm gonna say is my favorite, was when old girl came into to Fisk's office and the reporter
Mm.
BB and
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Tony Soprano's son was sitting in the chair
Mm-hmm.
and he basically was like, "You gonna
Mm.
say this story? You gonna say the police got the killer, not
Yeah.
Daredevil?" She was like, "I'm gonna tell the truth." He said, "Are we gonna work? Are we gonna work this out or not?" And she's like, "You threatened
Oop.
to be?" And he goes, "It'll be in your best interest." I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh,
Yeah, he's starting to get
he
some.
started to turn into a little mini Wilson."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's starting to get some swag on him.
I see his daddy in him every time I watch the show, though. Every time I see him, I just see a Tony Soprano. It,
Tony.
I don't know if y'all seen The Sopranos, but like
I
Classic.
every time I see
Up there with
that
The
actor, I
Godfather.
just see his
got
dad.
yourself a
He looked
gun.
too much like his dad. It's weird,
Mm.
I did
but
not know that was his father though. That's what's
yeah.
up. Good for him.
But yeah, good episode. Good episode. I give it like an 8 out of 10.
We got 2 more left. Where do you see the direction of the show going?
So now that Muse is gone, I don't know. To be honest, I don't. I this is the only thing that worries me is like that they're not gonna wrap it up well because it's supposed to be
Mm.
18 episodes. I feel like it's gonna feel like a halfway point because I'm like, where are we going to go next? Because Wilson ain't really like an antagonist right now. He's not really interacting with Daredevil. He's
I
barely interacting with him. So like, I don't know where this season ends. Maybe he gonna send that vigilante task force after Daredevil or something, but
that's the only thing I could think of at the moment.
I can't think of anything else. So
In my mind, I think he's going to set him up. There's got to be some type
yeah,
of setup to try and catch him, use him as bait. I mean, use somebody else
mhm.
to do something as bait to go get him or something.
We gonna
Plus,
find out tonight.
especially with Cuzzo that Cuzzo whose partner was killed is
Yeah, true.
leading the pack. I think they just got a vendetta, so we're gonna see what
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
We'll find out tonight when we watch it.
Word. Word. All right, Jay, we appreciate that. Appreciate nerd news from you. KC, it's time for KC's tea.
Clink clink clink
Clink,
clink
Clink.
clink.
clink clink.
All right. It's time for everybody's favorite segment, Tea Time with Casey. Okay, before I get into the nitty gritty, I wanted to put y'all on a little bit and kind of ask y'all your opinions. I have stumbled upon an app called TEA. And
Oh,
in this app, you can look up people's information. So when I
fuck
go
out of
on
here.
the app, no, you can look up people's information. So let's say you're a
Like a
woman dating
background check.
in, baby, they have background check, they have sex offender lists, they have what else? They have alerts that you can set. You can do a reverse images search. You can find social media profiles, criminal records. Like,
Oh
this
damn.
is run background checks. This app, I honestly think it's dope in the sense of like safety, right? Like when you're going out, when you match with people on Tinder or on these other dating apps, you don't know who that person is. So this app was created just to give you the red flags and also the green flags.
Hmm.
Now, when I've gone through the app and worked through it, the people I know are not on here. So that's good, right? That means my people are
Can you
right,
put my name in there?
keep it clean. We're gonna I didn't do you and Tyler because I was like, but I'm gonna do y'all later. You
I got nothing to hide. I got nothing to hide.
so, so the app primarily is geared towards women, and like you can
Okay.
search up, different men. There are some stories that I have seen on here that are interesting, right? It's
Mm.
like, hey, this guy, love bombed me and did all these things. He's narcissistic and da 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 da. I still let him smash. I let him sleep over my house. He's a shitty guy. Don't date
Mm.
him. And it's interesting to see because you'll get stories like that where it's like, hey, sister, like before that man even got to your house, you named that there were things you noticed. You chose to ignore it. I'm not victim blaming. I'm not, picking sides, but it's like if you saw it, you saw them and you chose to ignore them,
She was tripping.
right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Interesting.
So I think this app is great for, real people that are like sex offenders or those who like abuse women and stuff like that. But it's like, let's not get carried away and because your butt hurt because Tawan hit it and left, you about to throw him
And
on this
expose his
app
business. Oh
and
yeah.
Facts.
expose his business. Now, I will say, I think there's a lot of potential here. That's what I'll say. There's
Yeah.
potential here to
I
be a
mean,
great tool in, dating. But I could
mhm.
also see this being something where it's like, all right, we're dragging it. What are y'all thoughts? What do you think?
It's everything that your friend was gonna do for you when you said you was gonna
Mm.
go on a date and you
Mm.
start looking up somebody.
I don't like how it could bring up your criminal record.
I mean, your criminal record's out there.
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
public though.
That's
That's
Yeah,
right.
it's
public.
It is.
public
Huh?
information.
Oh, you're right.
Might as well just put
I
it
don't
all in
like
one
this
spot.
app, but I understand. I think it's cool at the same time.
Well, how much
Yeah.
does it protect a black man? Can you look women up?
I think
So
yeah.
Can
I
you
here's the
think
rate
yeah.
women?
thing.
Right. No.
Let me see. I
Because it
tried to
says
look
it's
it
the
up
number one.
myself.
It says the number one women. It's a women dating app. So I'm assuming this is
Oh,
specifically
so
catered
probably not.
What?
to
But
the
That's
my
not
thing
subliminals.
is,
fair.
there are women that date other women though. So
That's what I was gonna
you
say. That.
know,
What about women who date other women?
Well, look,
I don't
What
know.
this looks
about a
like
man who wants to find out about
Because
the
when
woman he
I
with?
when I had
this looks
set
like
up
an
that
opportunity.
when I had set up the app, it makes, and I will say it's good about making sure it's not a robot, because that was the other concern I had, is like you can make some like bot or whatever on chat and like connect it, but you have to take a selfie. They have to approve you to be like let in. I did have my homeboy. I was like, yo,
Oh, hold on. You
create,
meet, I'm sorry. You can
you
meet
know,
men on here,
you can.
and then
Really?
So like
if you
people,
match, does it go through? Does
so
all
I
that
don't think
stuff?
it matches, but I think you can, like, let's say, oh my God, I'm talking to, Jaquan, right? This is your
Shout out to
way
Quan.
of this is your way of checking, hey, Jaquan on that shit or he good. So you can
Mm.
post Jaquan, and then people could be like, nah, I got T sister. This is what, da 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 da. And
Oh,
then you
so
get other
this
people
is
that'll
interesting.
either like the red flag or the green flag. If it's green, that means they're good. They're like, oh no, he's, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all, there's not too many of those on here.
I mean, it
I was
feels
gonna say,
like a
how
hating
can you?
ass nigga app.
I'm not gonna hold. And here's the caveat. And I know Tyler and Jalen, I know you're gonna like this part. I attempted to screenshot. The screen goes black. I was like, okay, cool. I
Oh,
attempted to screen record. The recording was black. So that's the good thing about it, is like it's not like you
oh,
could be
you
like, oh
can't
bitch, I
save the
see.
Question.
stuff.
Yeah, you can.
Question.
You can
Is
save it,
this
but you won't be able to see it unless like I'm with you.
is this a
Mm.
mobile app? Or can I download this app on the
Yeah,
laptop?
no. This is a mobile app. Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
saying if I could download it on a laptop, because if so, I wonder if they do screenshot. Like,
you
I wonder if
got
I
it.
can snip it.
Ooh.
I
They probably,
wonder.
I'm not gonna hold you. They probably don't, for that very reason.
I
What
don't
if
think they do
it goes
mobile. I
black
mean,
only on on that part of the screen? That'd be
that's
crazy.
very interesting,
No,
man.
it's I
That's
tried to do it where I
insane.
like switched apps because I was like, oh, maybe shit was still black.
Wow, that's
This is an
cool.
interesting
I
case.
that makes me feel better. So only you know. No one
Only
else
yeah.
knows.
Yeah.
Okay. You
And they
can't
don't, I
you
don't,
can't screenshot send to your girls like, damn, look what I found out on the dude you like.
yeah. So I mean, that's the part I will say I think is innovative, right? I
Yeah.
think dating apps are cool, but there's that safety aspect where it's like they only give you so much. And
Mm.
I do think we're in a day and age where there are a lot of, and it's not just limited to men. Let me say this. People are very weird. And so when you match with somebody or you connect with somebody online, you don't know who that person is. You can create a facade or create this whole persona on this app, but then be a whole different person. When I scrolled through, one of them was like he lives in the UK, but frolics, literally says frolics in Houston, and is a performative dater. Avoid him at all costs.
I
Something
would
like that I
I
could
would
fuck
like the
with because
frolic.
it's realistic. It tells me like, okay, probably can't do long term with this guy, right?
Mhm.
Is somebody performative dater? That's somebody who's in for the looks of it, but he's not invested into the emotional work and getting close beyond an Instagram picture or a post or whatever. So it's there's things on there that is informative and helpful. And I think as many apps that we can have out there that make women feel more safe in the
Mm-hmm.
dating world, I mean, the
Yeah.
better. I mean, there are some areas where I'm like, we could tweak it,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Boy, this whole dating in 2025.
I'm
I
so
just,
happy I don't have to.
I thoroughly feel for you.
It sounds so stressful.
It's
It
it's a
is.
rough game. It's a rough game. Niggas out here,
No.
there's women that could just post you
Yeah.
and they could just give their opinion. You don't even know. You just
It's so, and
enjoy your life.
I got to like at some point like figure out a way where I could show you because it's hilarious. I mean, some of the stories I'm like, whoa, and
I
then you
wonder.
keep reading. It's like you had this man's baby.
Hmm.
Oh, so there's
Okay,
like testimonials on like in the
there's
comments. Oh,
testimonials.
that's so
That's why I'm
cool.
so irritated that I can't screenshot because the shit is good. I'm not gonna
So
hold
people
y'all.
like basically leave reviews of these dudes in the app as
Like,
well.
oh man.
On top of
Yeah.
oh my god.
There was, I would say so far, my favorite one, and then I'm gonna switch it over. My favorite one is this guy who got cheated on by his ex girlfriend. They dated for 4 years. The girl's like, hey, do not date this man. He's not over his ex. She is prioritized over you. If you are
Mm.
calling and she's calling at the same time, he's answering her call.
Oh wow.
And literally
And
is like, his friends make you feel really shitty about yourself. They say you're not good enough for him and X, Y, and Z. Meanwhile, the ex-girlfriend he's hung up on, once again, that cheated on him, doesn't even live in the same state. So it's like you're giving up, potential meaningful connections because you're hooked up on somebody that clearly cheated on you, didn't give a fuck.
Dang.
And she's
They just
also
put-
now dating somebody and she doesn't care that they have contact.
Dang, she just
That's
put
the type
all
of
her
coochie
business on this
Daredevil
app.
looking for.
That's
See what
crazy.
I'm saying?
They just put all their business on there. That's what it sounds like. You just put all your business
Yeah.
on the
I mean,
internet.
I mean, look, man, y'all
there's a
women
lot of
just
things
dirty, bro.
that are
Is it,
Y'all
public.
just
is,
some
are the
cold-blooded
women
niggas, man.
anonymous though? That's the question. Are the women
Yeah,
anonymous who
so
leave the?
the
Oh, okay,
women are
that makes sense.
anonymous. I'm not going to say my username because I don't know what life has for me, and so I might need to make a post. But yeah, you come up with a username. Ideally, you don't want to use something that is
Close to
like
your
Yeah.
name.
I wouldn't use Dareful Casey. They're gonna be like, oh,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? They're gonna know what it is.
Look
But
me
yeah.
up real quick. Look me up real quick, man.
Okay, so you go on. No, this is great. I didn't think you guys
I'll
would be
be
so
honest with you.
excited.
I'll be
I
honest
should
with you,
only have.
Tyler. If,
I should not be on
I'll
there.
be honest. All information might be before their time.
See, but that's a good thing. Okay, Tyler. So let me see. Tyler.
I should Tyler. Yeah, I should be on there. Though. Tyler
with an
Lindsay should
A.
not be. This app is pretty recent.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
saying?
I ain't been.
It's new in development.
I ain't been
Yeah.
single in a long time. I want to say.
Long
No,
time,
Tyler.
my boy.
I don't see you on here.
Oh,
Yeah,
look
your
me
boy
up.
clean.
Look me up,
Your
Casey.
boy
Look
clean,
me up.
strong black man married
That's
to a
right.
black woman with a black child.
Black
That's
man.
right.
Let's
Black
see.
man.
I tell you what, man.
That's beautiful.
As we wait, man. Shout out to my daughter. She turned 1 on Saturday. Big shout out to her, man. She's my baby girl.
Woo.
You know what I'm saying?
Baby girl.
It's good to live in a world where I don't got no baby mama drama. You know what I'm saying? Got my lady. She good. You feel me? We all just together. Unlike some niggas.
Okay. Filter. Let's see.
Let's see.
Oh,
like-
not me putting Jason West. Oh, hold on.
Dang.
Woo.
Oof. I don't know.
I'm
any
sorry,
Jason.
Jalen.
It's okay.
Jalen,
I'm on the edge of my
I'm-
seat.
Why?
I got a record.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep.
No, you're not on here when I look up, so nobody's posted you. No.
You know what it is? Because I'm not
Alrighty.
on the apps. I feel like if you're on the apps, if you're on the dating apps.
Yeah, and no. I think there's some that like, oh, I met this guy. There
Could
was
I?
one where they met at NRG, which is like the stadium here.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, the stories are good. I told my homeboy at work about it. He's like, fuck, I'm going to download this shit. I was like, it's a good little, something to go to bed
Yeah.
to, read some stories.
Read some stories.
The stories be good.
Leave me alone. I'm
I'm
reading my
telling you.
stories. Leave me alone. I'm reading my stories.
Jayla, I'm gonna send it to Jada so she can download it.
Send it to
It's
Jada.
hilarious.
Oh,
But I definitely think it's like new in development, Tyler, to your point. So I think there's, some kinks and things we got to iron out. But definitely has a lot of potential. Speaking of red flags, well, speaking of interpreting men behavior, let's talk about Anthony Edwards. I mean, this man, right? Now I'm not too into y'all know I'm not too into sports. If it ain't got shit to do with Boston, I don't care about it. Not that I don't care about it. I love it, but it's love it a little less. So this man, I originally saw the post and it was saying that this woman was like, "Oh, you're the father to my kid. Run me the money," right? Sister thought she hit a lick and then some. Actually, this man said, "Okay, I got you. I'm going to pay everything up front. So one lump sum." Now, I'm going to be honest. As a woman with no kids, if somebody was to give me a lump sum of money to take care of a child, I wouldn't be, I wouldn't feel no type of way about that. Like, I think, like, as long as you're giving me the money so I can make sure little homie straight, we're good. I think that's majority of the battle is men do not want to pay anything.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like he's, trying to pay something.
At
I don't
least
think it's a bad look.
He don't want to be involved with the child at all either.
Now, okay.
He don't want no involvement with that baby. Nothing
I
at
don't
all.
think
He don't even
was
want to
something.
see it.
I don't think that was something she was unaware of though. And this is what I mean when we talked about people having kids and not thinking about the repercussions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure if a man is that adamant, is like, yo, I don't want to see it. I don't want to be in the birth room. We're not nothing. There were points throughout the moment you figured out, oh shit, I'm pregnant, to now you've had the child and you're like, doing whatever, that man told you, I don't want this kid. So it's kind of selfish for you to continue to have this child knowing that the home is not going to be fully intact.
Yeah.
And now I'm not going to say, there's been some strong people that have come out of, traumatic, broken homes, so to speak. But if we can avoid that trauma, that'd be great. But I did know that Jalen mentioned some nasty shit that Anthony was saying.
Yeah. So, but not allegedly, that she released the screenshots. So basically, when she told him she was pregnant, he was like, "Oh, get an abortion." She was like, "No, I don't want to get one." She was like, "Why are you being so mean to me? I just want to have this baby." And he was like, "I don't want nothing to do with the baby. I told you I don't want the baby. Have an abortion." She's like, "What, do you hate me or so?" He goes, "Yeah, I hate you. Get an abortion." Like, he was very adamant. Like he was being mean, but like, I don't think he was wrong. I mean, it does go both ways. You don't want to have a baby, wrap it up. So I feel like you can't just go in without protection.
I mean, you could
You
be
can't
wearing
just
a
go
condom
in
and still...
without protection. Yeah, you can still have a baby with a condom, but like, take precautions. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to have a baby, because allegedly, he has other baby mothers who he said the same thing to, and there was
I
got a
don't feel
couple
bad,
babies
though.
around the streets. Got about 2-3 different women said very similar stories. This one just got more popular because this woman, I think her name is Aisha Howard. She's 37.
Aisha? No, I don't know what
You stupid.
Aisha.
That girl Aisha.
Oh man, I know what I But she's 37
Aisha.
years old and he's
Lord.
23. So like, people were like,
So,
"Oh,
okay,
she went
so
into
it
this
makes
knowing
sense.
she could get a bag," and she's like, "No, I just wanted to have the baby. I love him." And
I
he's
could
like,
I
"I
see
love
it.
you."
We gotta stop lying.
Yeah.
We gotta stop lying. I'm sorry. Now, don't get me wrong. I think a lot of the young professionals out here, due to them growing up on Instagram and the way these IG algorithms work, them seeing Instagram baddies is damn near like seeing a celebrity, like a real celebrity out here in the streets. And for them to be able to get them, that's probably something they've been talking about since they was kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can understand
Like
why
Jalen Green and
Jalen
Drea.
Green is with Drea. I can see it. Like, it makes sense. It adds up. But at the same time, when is there gonna be a level of like, I'm actually like respectfully above them? It ain't. They probably look at these women like, yo, that's her.
Yeah.
Like, no, nigga, you are you.
You are
like,
him. Yeah.
Yeah. But I also say that from a nigga that ain't a professional basketball player. So I'm sure there's also that level of like, I can truly get anything I want. That's got to be crazy. The
That's
ego
got to be
is just
overwhelming.
wild.
That's
I
got to be
can't
really
imagine.
overwhelming.
So here's the thing. I think sometimes too, and I've thought about this and I've seen videos discussing this too. I think that there is this like culture of like regurgitating bitches. You know what I mean? Let me take that back. Let me not say bitches. Let me
Cycling.
women.
Oh,
Cycling. There you go. I think we do a lot of I'm not gonna say upcycling. I think we do a lot of recycling of women, but I think it's to your point, it's like a trophy, right? Like, oh, I got Bernice Burgos. Like, that says something because you got somebody, an Instagram baddie who is almost, for a lot of, typical everyday men, untouchable, right? Like, they wouldn't have the time or day.
KC, that has made basketball slightly more entertaining in the last 2 years. We have seen moments where players who don't play well any other time in the year, when they play against somebody who is dating their baby mama, they go off.
I'm telling you.
Them niggas go absolutely crazy on the court, and you be like, I know why, nigga.
Yeah. But here's my thing with that just be too is like, there's so many women out here that it's like for y'all to be hooked up on the same 10 or 5
But,
is kind of insane.
but you gotta think about it. It's the same thing as like if you like when you work in a job and there's a certain
Mhm.
type of women around the job that's like if you're a cop, you might end up with a nurse. Or if you're a nurse, you
Oh,
might
I
end
see
up
what
with
you
a
mean.
cop. So like
Cuz
these
proximity,
women
yeah.
are around that where they
Yeah.
go. So like
Mm,
it only makes sense. It's like the in high school that cliques and stuff like that. Like
yeah.
these girls are gonna come around the NBA players because they know NBA
They
players.
go to the
They go
games.
to the games.
Yeah.
They
They go to the
there.
after parties. They get invited to the after parties.
Yeah,
So like
that's
Mm.
true. That's
it's
true.
just interesting to see the like
If you want a baller,
yeah.
gotta go where the
'Cause
ballers.
it
Yeah, well,
it's true. It's true. It's just
You
interesting
gotta
because
go where the
all these
ballers.
young athletes who get in with these women who are older, but like were Instagram baddies back in the, like for the last 10, 15 years, it
yeah.
just makes sense, But to get back to Anthony Edwards, I don't know, man. This whole situation is, I mean, it's cool to pay the whole child support out up front.
Yeah.
I feel like might have to make adjustments for because doesn't child support change over time depending?
If you
It
now,
Mhm.
it
mind you,
goes
this ain't
based off
permanent.
your income.
Goes
Yeah.
based off
So
your income.
like,
Now, this hasn't officially happened yet. He
No,
just
mm,
proposed
he
this.
proposed it. And
mhm.
full
Smartest thing
custody.
you
He
could
gave her
do
full
is say,
custody.
the smartest thing you could do is say, I want to pay for the full 18 right now. Now, if that comes with the
Adjustment.
ability to be like, if I pay the full 18 right now, this is done deal.
Mhm.
Sure. Now, mind you, somebody like her, I don't know her, but she would, if any inkling of a max contract that ESPN talks about, he's gonna be right
Mhm.
back in the courtroom
Yeah,
regardless.
regardless.
It's
Mm.
gonna be right back in there. Now, mind
Yeah.
you, it could be a smaller settlement, it could be smaller, but if there was some type of agreement that if I pay this up front, we
Mhm.
will never, this can never be brought back up again. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
I mean, I think so. I think to your point, Tyler, because you said, "Oh, it could be that she wants a bag, right?" Like,
Yeah.
everybody knows, like, "Oh, if you secure you a baller, you're good."
And it's
First of all,
Anthony Edwards. It's not like
these
some regular.
women, I don't feel like these women are thinking thoroughly. If I was to have all the sports in front of me, right? And I was like, now I want to secure a bag. You know what kind of bag I'm securing? MLB. Them baseball
You go
players make
baseball.
cheddar. You understand? This is what I'm saying. These little girls, y'all up in the pond. I'm trying to bring you to the ocean. Okay? These baseball players, I'm telling y'all, they bring in coins. But I say all this to say, I don't think that she solely did it for money. I think if you're 37 and this is her first child, it could have been like, hey, I don't know when I'm going to get pregnant again, being
Yeah.
honest, right? I don't want to, abort this
I could
child
see
and
that's
then
why she
want a
didn't want to
kid.
have the baby.
You
I
know
could
what I
see
mean?
that's
30,
why she wanted to
not
have it.
saying people are not having babies after 37. They are, but you run the risk of like,
She's old.
complications and things of that
That's a
nature.
geriatric pregnancy.
It, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, so
What it? I don't know, man.
I think
I
it's a
hate to say
mixture.
it.
I think it could be a
I
mixture.
I think old boy should have wrapped it up and he wouldn't have been in this situation.
No,
I
this is very
mean,
true. This is
And
very
I
it's
true.
think
valid.
but
Mind you, I'm pretty sure he got a main. He
he's
got a
facing a
lady.
lot of backlash for this.
I'm pretty sure he got a lady he wasn't loyal to in this
He's
There's
situation.
definitely
usually a
got it.
lady that they're not loyalty to.
But
Yeah.
For
I
sure.
don't know, man. I just feel like Anthony Edwards is an incredible basketball player. And when I hear things like this about him, or when I
Yeah.
see things about Ja Morant, and I'm not trying to go on a rant about Morant,
Yeah.
but I'm just bringing niggas up that like have
Mm-hmm.
incredible talent, but you're off the court situations.
Is
You
nasty.
you just think, how great can you actually be if you was like not on the buffoonery?
Yeah. Look at LeBron. Look at LeBron.
I
And
get
you
what
know
you
what
mean.
I
You're
He has
feel
never
like?
saying
been in nothing.
I'm just
you
so
could surpass. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just so curious that like, and this is I don't know what the psychological term is for this, but like LeBron set the standard so high. You wonder if a lot of these younger dudes like do something stupid on purpose just so they don't have to be in this same
Like
atmosphere as him.
perfect. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Like a lot of these dudes be like, bro, I'm not trying to be face of the league. I'm not trying to be the guy to represent the NBA. I just want to be a basketball player.
Ain't nobody want
And
to
it's a
be the
very
face no
interesting
more.
case.
Nobody want to be the face. Nobody want to be the leader no more.
Nobody wants to step up.
But you
Nobody
got to
wanna
think.
step up.
Think about it. Realistically, the moment you step up to be the quote unquote face, you're under the microscope even more. You're scrutinized even more. You know what I mean?
Nah, that's very true.
That's true.
The
Makes LeBron
imperfection
even more
cannot,
respectable.
you can't accept it. I will say there are some players that I think are just, they mind their business. I wouldn't say they're in it. Jason,
Jason
Tatum,
Man,
great
mind
guy,
your business.
very low key. Shout out my Celtics, very low key. Doesn't do too much. Just be low key. We're not
Just
asking
raising
you to
the
be
sun.
perfect, but it's just like
LeMay.
you know what I mean?
His baby
But you
mama
know what
owned
they
a
go back
salon in
to?
Somerville.
Find you somebody who you could build with and just chill. Now, if you can't be in a monogamous relationship, be honest with yourself. Cool, rock out. You better give out these NDAs like Beyonce and Jay-Z do and keep it cute. I think another part of it is just like we just know too much of their business.
Yeah.
Like the fact that we even know that this Anthony got all these babies that he don't want, gave the same kind of energy to, and they're still having, his child. That says something.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
This may sound crazy. NBA
Oh,
rookies
shit.
should just go ahead and get vasectomies.
I
Once you
mean,
get drafted, snip that thing up.
but
You
that's
can
the
Then
only
if
thing
undo
that
it.
you,
sucks about that
that's what
is
I'm
like you
saying.
have it for too
You can
long.
undo it.
You can't undo it. You can't undo it if you have it too long.
Mm.
After a certain amount of
Okay.
years, you can't
I
undo
mean,
it.
if you're in the NBA, you got money to free some of those swimmers.
Yeah, true.
Fair. I mean, I feel like
Like if
either
you
either
really are like
I'd
somebody that's
freeze
like,
a
I want to have
year's
kids.
worth.
Oh, Jesus.
I didn't even think about that. I'd freeze a year's worth.
Okay.
I was in the NBA. Sometimes they ain't viable. I'm just saying, you gotta have backups.
now, mind you, it doesn't exclude you from getting other things, but at least being
Okay.
Yeah,
responsible and not take care of a child. You know what I'm saying?
STDs. That's those
Come
are still
on.
a thing.
But yeah, with that being
Still
said,
gotta
though,
wrap.
NBA playoffs coming up in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Anthony is in it. It'll be interesting to see
Should we do
how
like
you do, man.
Casey's picks for the playoffs?
Yeah, we'll do Casey's picks for the playoffs. We just
Houston.
gonna do the winners of the series. Though. I'm not finna do
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's
who
what I.
gonna
That's
win
what I
game
meant.
1, 2,
That's
3.
no.
Game
Oh,
through
I
7.
appreciate it. That's
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
really
yeah.
greatly
Yeah.
appreciated.
Yeah.
Yeah. The play-ins start next week. And so after the play-ins, Casey. Actually, we'll do Casey's picks for the play-ins.
Yeah, we can do Casey.
And then
Casey's picks coming back.
Yeah, it's coming back.
Taking over
coming
sport
back.
by sport. Yeah.
Yeah.
No more teams, of course. At least.
Oh man. All right, man. Let's get into Tyler's turntables. We
Who's
back.
the mission?
Oh no, man. Forget my turntables. Let's talk about Drake. Let's talk about Drake. I'm sorry.
Is
I'm
it
sorry.
Stacy and Son?
So Drake just dropped
Baby
a video for
girl.
Nokia. Some people are saying there's a lot of shots at Kendrick. There's a lot of different, symbolism pointed at Kendrick Lamar. Jalen, what is your opinion?
So before the podcast today, I refreshed myself on both the Not Like Us music video and the Nokia music video, as well as the halftime performance from Super Bowl. There's a lot of similarities.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kendrick had DeMar DeRozan, Drake had his Toronto player. I mean his Canadian player, SGA. Now DeMar DeRozan from Compton, SGA from Toronto, I believe, or somewhere in Canada. They from Canada. And he had the owls. You know how the music video ended with the owls in the cage, and Not Like Us. Drake's music video ended with a bunch of owls, just free, just chilling. From the dances, Kendrick being in the middle of the dances, Kendrick got dances all dressed in white. Drake got dances all dressed in black. I don't know if he was copying him on purpose for a reason to mock Kendrick, but I think it was intentional.
I mean, he could have went a whole different direction with the video.
He could have.
Mm-hmm.
He really could have.
It could have been like
even the
that
beginning of
song
Not
gives me
Like
the
Us is
classic of a real party.
It's crazy.
That song give me the feeling of a party, folk just really having fun on the dance floor. I feel like he could have really given that vibe. The dances is the one part where I'm like, you making music for the ladies to get busy to, and then especially Kendrick's halftime where they was all standing on stage and doing. Them ladies was choreographed. Don't get me wrong, but Kendrick's was a different level of choreography and whatnot. That level I did see it, but I feel like people looking into this maybe a little too hard. But also Drake is not the type to let go of and to release animosity.
I thought it was intentional because it's obvious. He
He
didn't really have to look that hard into it. I was watching it with Jada, and Jada was like, "Oh yeah, that looks like Kendrick's video." Like she wasn't trying to look for it. I didn't even tell her that's why I was watching it.
KC, what you think?
Okay. Let's dissect this. Let's get down to it. I think they both told a story through their music video. And I will give them both kudos. I think we're kind of getting back to like storytelling through visuals again. I think music videos for a good stint of time have just felt flat. Like I feel like the videos haven't matched up to the songs. I think to your point, Tyler. It's just like a bunch of niggas doing nigga shit and in a car. And it's just like, cool. Or it's like, okay, there's no color. We're going to, tint it. The video gonna be black and white, but we're not doing anything. We're just singing or rapping the song. So I love that there was a cinematic flavor or flair to both. I will say I prefer Kendrick's over Nokia. Now, here's my thing. Nokia, like y'all said, there was potential there. He could have took it a whole different route. But I will give him credit on the nostalgic feel of it, right? It felt like familiar-esque.
Like a Hype
I do
Williams
love
video.
Yeah, I do. Yes, a Hype Williams video. Yeah. I think the nod he did to Canada was cool. The Toronto Carnival, like that's a big deal. I mean, I know people in Boston that always go every year, like that's a big deal. The landscape and the skyscraper and things of that nature, that was great. I didn't know what the bitch was walking in it, like what that stood for meant. That was cool though, I guess. I mean, if you're a baddie, why not? I didn't understand like the chrome hearts making a car. There were certain things that like it didn't make sense. Not to say it wasn't like good and it wasn't like, oh shit, that's a nice little
It was just
tidbit.
trying to be cool for cool's sake.
It was trying to be cool for cool's sake. I feel like Kendrick's video, it made sense. Like the crip walking, the dancing, the crumping, everything in his video was very meticulous, and you can see that there was a purpose behind it and there was symbolism with it. With Drake, he definitely spent the bag on the video. You know what I mean? The IMAX intro. Yeah.
It was filmed in
that's
IMAX.
insane.
That's expensive.
It's hell, but I think if you're gonna do all that money, right, make sure there's symbolism in every piece. I think he had potential, but I think that he kind of opted out and didn't go full throttle. It's like, are you trying to be, I don't think he was trying to be cinematic. I think he was trying to be Drake. It gave Hotline Blink black and white with just more motherfuckers in the video.
I will say I didn't like the lack of color. I think he did that on purpose. I think the whole thing was a still jab at Kendrick because it's been a year.
I don't know how you jab at the nigga who
I don't know, but like it feels like he's still like poking the bear, and it's like leave the bear alone.
But this is the frustrating part. It's the frustrating part about Drake.
Why you,
bro? You dropped an amazing single that had nothing to do with the beef. Exactly. You actually dropped something that had nothing to do with the beef. So make something that can go with the song for real. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Why can't it be a party? Why can't it be a party?
Oh my goodness, bro.
Then the nigga didn't even have party in the video.
He didn't have Party Next Door. This
Party
wasn't a
wasn't
Party
in that
Next Door
video,
Drake
bro.
album. It was a Drake album. It was just a Drake
See what
album.
I'm saying? And this
But
has
this
always
why I
been my
just ain't been a
beef.
fan.
This has been my beef with Drake. Is like he makes bangers. I'm
He's
down with his
selfish.
music, but he's selfish. Like, don't call it a joint album or don't say just call it Drake and this guy.
Some sexy songs for you.
Yeah.
Featuring Party Next Door.
Which, by the way,
was.
and mind you, I know the album is, Jay that thought the album was decent. What songs on there to you did you find sexy?
I can't remember.
No.
But everybody know all the Jones that was upbeat. Everybody know all the Jones where the shit turned up. The album don't even match. It's not matching.
Yeah, no.
Let me quote my wife. I'm going to quote my wife when the album first came on. I put it on. We were supposed to drive about 45 minutes somewhere. Put the album on. She said, turn that shit off.
Well, your wife do that to a lot of shit.
But like, she was like, what is this shit? She told me to turn it off.
She is quick to be like, no, my nigga.
You're right. You're right.
So
my goodness. That shit will hurt your spirit.
They did. They sure did. I was like, I gotta listen to this for the podcast.
She says it with no emotion either. Like, just turn that shit off.
I was like, I gotta listen to this for the podcast. She said, I don't care. Turn it off. That's terrible.
Here's the thing. So I personally feel like there are some people that have reached out to me and they've been like, yo, y'all are like just bashing Drake. I want to pause this for a second. And I want to give, and Tyler already know what I'm about to say. I want to give this man kudos. I don't think we give this man kudos, shout out, shine, stars, high fives, claps, round of applause. The fact that Drake said, I'm going to go toe to toe, bar for bar. I'm going to go against Goliath. I know I'm going to lose, but I'm going to go against Goliath. I don't think we give that man enough credit because name another rapper. Hold on.
I think we're giving him
Hold on. No, I think we're giving him enough. Name another rapper that would go toe to toe with Kendrick after being attacked off somebody else's shit. I'm not seeing it. Not too many motherfuckers is like, all right, cool, I'm ready. And they back.
KC,
they throwing something out.
Let me first say this. Before the beef, whenever that nigga dropped, did we not hype this albums up?
We hyped them up.
Every single one of them Jones, we thought them Jones was fire. Even honestly, never mind. We was like, yo, pussy.
For 2 years. He dropped the album every 6 months.
We was hyping that up. This nigga tried to use AI to sound like Tupac.
We can't forgive this. We gotta we're being objective. We're calling it as we see it. I feel like we gave Drake, we consider him the top.
We never said
never
said his songs in the beef weren't hard.
We did say we like Flavor Matters. I like Flavor
Matters.
Matters.
We say it, but sometimes this nigga he's not recovering well.
He's not.
From the final beatdown.
Leave Kendrick alone. Why did you have to make people talk about this again? It screams desperation. It screams like he still wants to be talked about.
And the sad part is, bro, and I don't mean to just throw this nigga. I don't mean to just throw this nigga in there. I don't mean to just throw this nigga in and throw it in there. Cole ain't recovering too well either.
Yeah, Cole ain't doing real good.
Cole ain't recovering too well either.
Cole ain't doing real well either.
Mind you, I will say this. Shout out to him for bringing up Erykah Badu at Dreamville Fest to perform 2D for the intro. That joint was hard. But when it comes to the music, I mean, this Kendrick had this nigga Cole talking about my brothers was in the battle and the blood was on me. Nigga, what is we talking about? I know you can rap. I love your bars. I get it. Hey, dog, so, you came in, you said I'm out. Nigga,
just go home. Why are you talking? Why'd you bring it up? We never talked about that either. We never talked about that, but I hated it. I hated it.
Here's the thing. This is what I'm saying. Let's pull back because y'all took away from the kudos I was giving Drake. Let's pull back and let's really sit.
Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Casey.
In this perspective, I understand we have definitely been hyped him up in the past.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying what the listeners have told me, like, hey, yo, y'all, what the fuck is going on? Like, y'all are on this.
Yeah, because your listeners in Houston, that nigga spends a lot of money down there. That nigga has paid a lot of tuition.
I personally think
The nigga has done a lot for the city of Houston, so of course they're gonna be his back.
Right.
Now
He be out there.
it takes
Houston Renegades.
it takes balls to go toe to toe with the number
Yeah.
one guy.
Goliath,
Fair.
yeah.
That's
He was
fair.
the
But
only one that
always
could.
remember this. Remember this. Kendrick was David in this battle for real, for real. Drake was on top.
Yeah, you're right.
Drake was number one.
Oh.
Yeah. They didn't like Mr.
That's
Morale
valid.
and the
You
Big
know what?
Steppers. The
You
mass
got
media
it,
didn't
yeah.
like it. I loved it.
Okay. Y'all got that. He was definitely David. Yeah,
At the
I'll give him
same
that.
time, for him to go back and forth and not really, and not really wave the white flag until the hard part 6, I gotta give him. I give him credit. I'll give him credit. Kendrick had to do something absolutely insane and call this nigga a pedophile.
Yeah. With no evidence.
With no evidence. It was absolutely
no
insane.
I
victim
don't
has
even
come
think
out.
nobody's looking for the evidence.
No,
Nobody
but-
give a fuck about it.
What you
Nobody's
call it? No
investigating
victims come out
either
and
of
made no
these.
stories. All well
Nobody.
and
Now,
going
mind
on
you,
is the little girl from
that
Stranger
man,
Things saying that
Drake,
she texted him.
Drake has never learned that you don't talk about nobody's wife.
You don't talk
This
about
is the
somebody's
second
wife.
time he done talked about somebody's wife,
Can't do that.
and the other nigga took it there.
You can't do that.
He took it far.
Don't
I'm
talk
just
about
saying.
my wife. Kendrick
I
Lamar
will call
crashed
you a
out for
pedophile
his
for
wife.
no reason.
He crashed out for his wife.
With no evidence, I will call you a pedophile. You talk about my lady.
Yeah, exactly.
I
That's just
mean,
how the shit go.
crazy thing is he had that in his
y'all are
face.
bringing
You're
up
right.
valid points. Valid
All right,
points, but I'm just,
to the city of
let's-
Houston, you want us to give this nigga credit. The album is still like top streaming. Nokia going crazy. This is a great comeback.
I will say.
Whatever.
KC isn't the only one hearing this. I reposted one of our clips last year when Tyler infamously said that Drake is like Instagram. And now Tyler's getting cooked in the comments for once. And people love Drake. And they're like, yo, what are y'all talking about? He like Instagram, key comment, he ain't got no style. Y'all got no musical intelligence. I see something like that.
Look, my nigga.
Stacy.
The thing is, bro, I got these niggas commenting, bro. I don't get through shit.
I
Get
say
it
all
The
that
nigga
shit.
is like Instagram. Nigga make music for everything. Instagram is damn near the Walmart of social media
It
nowadays,
sure
my nigga.
is. It's not the best.
You can go in this
It's not the
motherfucker and
best
find
social media.
everything.
Yeah,
Well,
I will say
Drake is the same way, bro.
Yeah,
All I'm saying is this nigga, you can't tell me like what this nigga standing for, what this nigga's message.
so
yeah.
here's what
Don't fucking have one.
here's what I'll say, because I love that we're going down this lane. I think just like anything in general, you need a balance, right? I think all three of us can agree we can listen to Cole and Kendrick whenever. Like, it's not like a mood we got to be in, right?
Mhm.
But I think for a lot of people, there are certain rappers that is not an everyday bop or listen. For some people, it's like, hey, there's gonna be some days I want that K-Dot, I want that Cole energy, feel, vibe. There's gonna be some days where I want Drake. I wanna dance in the house.
Drake gives
I
me
wanna
that
sing.
vibe more.
You know
more
what I
than the
mean?
other two. Yeah.
Right. So I think I think when people try to compare Kendrick and Drake, it doesn't go because it's like you trying to compare an apple to a banana. Like, they are in the same industry for sure, but they're not in the same avenue. And I think this is what Kendrick was saying when he's like, nigga, the big three. Like, what are we talking about? I absolutely get it and I understand it. I don't want to take away from the contributions that Drake has given the culture, right? Not saying that, there's not, areas that we need to revisit and be like, okay, it's a little problematic, but he did add. We got a lot more people doing melodic rap. You know what I mean?
We as a podcast, I just want to state this. We as a podcast has praised almost every single Drake album that he has dropped since we've started this podcast.
I feel like if anyone
I
could
gave
be critical
one
of him, it's us.
Bad review. By the way, I must say this though. Shout out to y'all for listening. Shit.
Appreciate it.
I'll take it.
Appreciate
But
it.
you can go back to our old episodes, run those views up on the stuff where we praise Drake.
If you want to hear us talk about nice
If you
about
want to
Drake,
hear
go
us talk
back.
praise Drake, go back. Niggas want the old shit.
For 2 years.
Buy the old album.
2 years.
Well,
You're right.
We've been
Okay, I
doing this for a minute now, and we've done reviews some Drake albums.
okay, so now I have a question though.
What's up?
When we're thinking about when I had this conversation with folks, right, about like the Kendrick and Drake, I sat and I thought about like, okay, who else in Drake's class could we see going against Kendrick? Not winning, because I don't think there's anybody in his class that like could beat Kendrick. But who do you think would be an interesting battle? Like who would, you know,
There's
who would
two
give
come to
us
mind.
a run?
There's two that come to my mind. Big Sean and Wale.
Yeah. I feel like
Mm.
they'd have the balls to do it. They wouldn't win.
I can see that.
Yeah, I feel like they'd have the balls to do it, but they wouldn't win.
And I think it'd be more of it would be less of I'm taking personal jabs at you and truly like who
The
gave us better
craft.
bars. Yeah.
It
Yeah,
wouldn't
True
have gone as
craftsmanship.
far as it did with Drake. Kendrick
Yeah.
would have
I don't think
responded
so
one
either.
time and then left it at that. Unless they said
Yeah.
some truly vile shit.
I mean, if they went back, honestly, I think it would go further. I think it would go further if it was just bar for bars. Let's do if these niggas just kept going back and forth with who has better bars. I think it would.
I honestly think
I think that would work.
I honestly think Cole could have been the only one to beat him if his heart was in it. If his heart was in it, I think Cole would have been up more of a fight than Drake. Even though Drake did drop some bangers.
I mean, he gave it a good effort.
I still listen to Family Matters. I don't listen to any of them other Kendrick disses. I listen
when you listen to
Not Like Us.
When I would listen to Cole's Inevitable series, you're very right. When his mind is set on something, it's a different story on how Cole attacks certain scenarios. So
he attacked like he read The Art of War.
Yeah.
I mean, because you do have to get in a certain headspace. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I think Cole is totally locked in on this Fall Off album. So I feel like the Kendrick just coming out.
Who's to say we're not gonna get some shit that he mentions or says on the Fall Out? You know what I mean?
Cole ain't not finna take no shots.
I don't think
he's gonna take shots, but I think he's gonna use it as a propeller. Like
I don't think Cole should talk about it anymore.
Cole, I feel like Cole is at a point. He's like, bro, I need to talk about what's going on with me, my life. I got shit going on. My own shit,
life.
Yeah. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Yeah. But shout out to that nigga, man. Look, Drake, much respect to you. I'm not gonna say
respect.
It's really nothing but respect. I appreciate the music you have given us.
Have we been critical of you as of late?
Views, like a lot of his music is nostalgic.
I still like his music.
Views reminds me of just a crazy time in life.
Yeah.
And
Views is the one with One Dance, right?
Yeah. One Dance.
That shit went crazy in Boston.
Scorpio.
That one too.
Controller went crazy.
Was a good album.
Yeah, that's my favorite album. Is his Scorpio album.
Scorpio. Nothing was the same. I like to say Nothing Was the Same was his
Nothing Was the Same brings back some memes, man. I tell you.
Man.
I'm heartbroken.
See, and I guess I mean, maybe what my thing is with it is like I had so much more like hope for this album. And I think this goes back to Jalen's ideology about like, hey, Casey, you can't be too imp about these albums because then they drop and then they're nothing but hot garbage. So, there's
I was personally just disappointed because this album wasn't at the caliber I know Drake could be at. And this is
We've
why
seen
I've been
it before.
critical. I'm on record saying if Drake came out with a top tier prestige album, no one would talk about this beef. And here we are a year later still talking about this beef because this nigga want to make a music video that kind of references anything Kendrick Lamar related when he could have just dropped a banger music video and not had any speculation. Drake is too smart to do something like this and not be aware that this is similar to Kendrick's. He's still trying to get people talking about him. He don't need to do that. He's Drake.
I also want to make the statement that last time we talked about his album, in the midst of me bashing it, I said Nokia was a hit.
You did say it.
I said Nokia was a hit. It was hard.
You did.
So everybody,
that's a good song. It's a good song.
Just
I was calling that shit.
Yeah. Drake knows how to drop a hit.
continue to comment, but also know I don't read the TikTok. So y'all go ahead and do your thing. I could give two shits, but
Jalen tells us
y'all.
so.
That's for y'all to enjoy.
I laugh.
Fuck it up.
Good
All
one.
right,
Get me
let
laughing.
us move on to the final segment, man. It's Tyler's turntables. Let's get into it. 2025
Okay.
has been an absolutely incredible year so far for the rapper from Vallejo known as LaRussell. This man, in the span of 1 year, that is 4 months, has dropped 5 albums.
God damn.
Wow.
And I'm not
Jesus.
just talking EPs. We're talking
Like
at
projects.
least 9. We're talking 9 to 10. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh my goodness.
and these albums get longer and longer. Some are short, but he's dropping albums. In the past month, I'm talking the last 4 weeks, he's dropped 3 albums.
Damn.
So we're going to talk. I just want to talk about these 3. I've listened to these 3 because the first 2, I was like, this nigga just drop all the time. I'll catch up to it. But when I saw the amount that he was dropping in the last 4 weeks, I was like, what the hell
That's a lot.
is going on? So
A lot of music.
he dropped the one that I started to listen to. Out of these 3, the one I like the most is Be Home Before the Lights Come On. I don't know. I just really enjoyed it. I enjoy the bars. I enjoy the level of aggression. He got Tope back producing. Tope did a lot of his stuff in the past. It was really just him and Tope. And then the last 2 albums, Black Boy Fly and Make Hip Hop Fun Again, you get different production, different producers, right? But and I feel like he's starting to make these albums are starting to actually have like themes to them.
Okay.
As opposed to previous albums where it felt like it was just I just gotta get these bars off and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Drop everything he makes?
Pretty much.
Like, does he like? So are they gotta be songs that are just atrocious?
I haven't heard a terrible look in the 3 that I listened to. I didn't hear one that was like, this is bad.
That's impressive.
All them Jones went hard. Now, here's an interesting thing about LaRussell's music. Most of them, one verse. But each song, you're going to get one verse. And if it's 2, you're going to get a feature. One verse, feature, keep that shit pushing.
So these songs, these songs are only a minute something long.
And half the time, bro, you not getting a hook. So the very catchy thing about a LaRussell song is he gonna give you the name of that song, and I think that the part for me that's interesting to listen to is like, all right, when is he actually gonna say the name of the song in the song? Because the nigga is just rapping the whole time. It's a very interesting way to keep somebody engaged in the song.
He got a song with Snoop Dogg.
He does have a song with Snoop Dogg.
He has one with
now, mind you, a lot of these songs that he's dropping, I noticed he made videos for. He's made videos for in the last couple months.
Oh, so this was planned.
He did a video.
So he made these songs a while ago.
He's made these songs a while. He's got a video with Snoop Dogg. This nigga got a song. Yeah. This nigga did a video for a song. This nigga driving around in the cart on the University of California football field.
Hey, with my guy. Yeah.
Crazy.
I did see that.
You feel me? So
that's crazy.
Here's the thing, man. I just want to give him a shout out for the hustle, for the grind. The music is solid. And here's the thing. I'm starting to realize something about myself. As you guys have noted, I have listened to a lot of West Coast music. That is very true. And I'm trying to figure out why. Why do I do this to myself? A lot of
West Coast music.
I came to a conclusion today. One of my favorite scenes in movie history is the end of Baby Boy.
I'm screaming.
And I always feel like I need. I always feel like I need my music to match. Like I feel like you could put any of my favorite songs at the end of Baby Boy when the nigga turn the radio on and the song come up. It's gonna match the shit going on in the scene.
What
When
a,
the
I'm
nigga go by,
Tyler.
when the
what a
nigga go,
crazy
what you
movie.
know about this youngster? And then the nigga go, nigga, I know all about that.
No, but
I'll be like, damn,
that's a good
I
shit
vibe.
can't even
hard.
get a job. Sometimes I just go out the house. I just go old boys house play video games. Act just so I can say I got out of the house and did something. That movie's
I'm screaming.
horrible. That movie, I love that
It
movie.
was horrible.
That movie
Classic, but
classic.
horrible.
That was a movie. Oh, great movie. Great,
It's one of my favorites, man.
great
One of my
movie.
favorites. Once
Black
again,
Boy
West Coast.
Fly, the album cover is so cute.
Sure.
That's him as a baby.
I'm not
That's
gonna
him
call
as
that nigga.
It's
No, I know
adorable.
it
It's
is. I
adorable.
can't call
you
that
ain't shit. He's cute.
But
You're
yo,
such a hater.
yo, shout out to LaRussell, doing big things. I won't be surprised if this nigga's dropping an album each month, or
I,
even another one the next week.
I just
Like he's
wish.
going on a
Yeah.
crazy run. I'm
My
thinking
guy
about
had
going to his
inches.
concert. He's gonna be in DC July 28th.
I
I'm
hope.
really thinking about it,
Oh, it'll
but
be
we'll see
nice
how it goes.
out. Yeah, that'd be a cool little
I
vibe.
hope
It's 2 days after my
Russell
white
gets
birthday
that
though.
one song. That
don't know
one
what she
She
song
not
that
into.
blows him up.
Well, go get that bag.
Like no, just a song. I just need him to have a song that just like goes crazy.
Oh, like breaks him through,
Yeah, I
essentially.
feel like
Breaks him through what though?
someone
Because
someone is
if we
like his
being
talent
honest,
with his
the
talent.
nigga's name is in everybody, but a lot of niggas
I'm
talk about
not
him, bro.
talking about like I'm talking about like through the stratosphere. I'm talking about like become
Now,
a
hold
like
on.
big
I'm going
big
to
big.
stop us. I think sometimes the artists that I love truly, like when I think back to like, and I know rap and R&B is not the same, but I think it's similar in the idea of when it's local, it's closer to the dirt. It's
Mhm.
something about it that has flavor. There's hunger in it.
Yeah.
It's different. When they get to that stratosphere space, you got certain demands or certain things, certain
I'm
quotas and
I'm just
metrics and things you have to appease that I think make the art different. I'm not gonna say it changes it completely, but it makes it different.
I'm not even talking about that though. I just want him to have that one song that blows up. Like that one song where everyone's talking about LaRussell.
I mean, here's the
You know what
thing,
I'm
bro.
saying? Like I feel like he drops so much music. I feel like
Uh,
if he drops that one song that just like go everybody
How do
loves.
we
I
know?
feel like he's an artist of that caliber, like talent wise, that could do that. That
Hold on,
could
before you say that, Tyler, before you say something, Tyler, I don't know. Sometimes I think about I wouldn't if I was an artist, I'd be okay with, hey, I'm making bread, I'm
yeah,
taking care of my stuff, and I still have peace of mind. Because
yeah.
you got to think, after that one song, you're now in people's heads, right? But now people are waiting, okay, can you repeat that? There's a lot of
Yeah.
pressure that comes with what that is, whether it be a song, a project. I think he's still the videos I've seen. He's having fun. He's
Yeah.
enjoying it. I think when we get into the certain matrix and shit like that, it becomes less fun and it becomes mundane and it feels like a job.
I guess so.
We are living.
I just
We're
feel like
living
he
in the
doesn't have that one
age.
song that everybody loves yet.
We're living in the age where people are going to be attracted more to what he represents more so than with the
Mm-hmm.
music. So
True.
Russell is a independent artist who got started throwing concerts in his backyard. They
Mhm.
built a
Mm-hmm.
stage in his parents' backyard so he could throw these
Yeah.
concerts,
You
and
pay
they
whatever
would
you
like.
can.
And we talked about
Yeah.
on the podcast before. He
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't. He didn't necessarily put a price on the tickets.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, how much do you think this concert was worth? And whatever it was, they would give him money for it. You could have
Yeah.
went in and just enjoyed it. So he set a different standard, which to
Mm-hmm.
me is why his music only gonna get so big because certain things just aren't going to go his way. Like it's not gonna go on radio
Yeah.
unless he independently paid for that spot.
True.
You get what I'm saying? He's gonna be bigger just because of the type of nigga he represent and what he's social media presence is and all this stuff.
Yeah.
That I just don't see him doing that. But also, I mean, look at how many hip hop artists in this generation of rap is really dropping songs that are like
Yeah.
going huge. Like the only ones really still able to do that is the Kendrick Drakes and the J. Cole's. Like nobody else is really out here trying to push one song. These niggas, all these niggas is doing what LaRussell really drop either EPs, albums, and they just crank this stuff out.
I mean, it goes to what Tyler the Creator was talking about, right? Like when he was promoting his album, he's like, we're in the day and age where people are not really sitting and listening to music. Like people are like, oh, that's trash, and you just listen to the first song.
Yeah.
Like you're not listening to the project multiple times where you can give an authentic.
That's
be
why
like,
he dropped
you know
on
what?
Monday.
You know what I mean? So it's to your point, Jalen. Like, yeah, sure, I would love for him to kind of get the accolades, right?
Yeah.
And be recognized, you know, on a bigger stage for sure. But I also know that what comes with that is almost like you have to compromise your artistry and what you stand for in order to make, you know what I mean? Make big bucks. And I think sometimes, like Tyler said, sometimes it's more than just the music. It's about what you represent. I think he represents the common person, right? Like, hey, I don't need the glitz and the glam, but I'm gonna grind out. I'm gonna get this music out. I know plenty of people that I've been saying, and feel free to cut this up, Tyler. Hey, you got a talent. You need to get in the booth. Y'all niggas ain't hungry. Go to the open mics. Don't feel too sedity. You uploading shit on Apple Music. That's cool. That's solid. But I want to see you live. Come on. Them mics is on the stage. They waiting. Spit on it. I mean, that's crazy.
Whoa,
Say something on
it. Hey, yo.
Say something. You know, sing something, rap something. You know what I mean. Get on the mic. I'm off. That escalated quickly.
And with that, we are out, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode of the No Clearance Podcast. Once again, I'm your host, Tyler, here with two amazing people, KC in the building and producer, Mr. West. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, and always stay black.
Stay blessed.
Peace.